you're feeling unrecognized, bitter in your 9 to 5, and you're ready to switch careers or start your own business. In this video, I'm going to break down how you can utilize energetic authenticity and alignment to start a new career that will uplift your soul, up-level your finances, and allow you to create a life that is joyful and exciting. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Human Design Portal. My name is Maika Gabriela, and I'm a human design leader, a deconditioning expert, and the founder of the Transformational Human Design Certification. And I have supported hundreds of people to move out of their soul-sucking 9 to 5 to live an aligned and fulfilling life. In this video, I'm going to share with you the most important things to consider when you're wanting to pivot and change in your career, either to a different position or starting your own job, using energetic authenticity and the alignment of the universe and your soul's unique path to get to where you're meant to in this lifetime. Let's dive deep. Okay, so here's the thing. Each energy type has a different way of feeling unsatisfied in their work. Projectors will feel like they're not being seen and they want to move up the ladder really quick. And if they're not recognized and they're not moving the ladder up quick as they feel that they should, and they're not making the money that they feel like they deserve, very fast they're going to look for a new option. Manifesting generators and generators, they will be putting in the grind, but they will be always more unmotivated, have less energy, be less excited and draining. And at some point, they won't have the capacity to wake up in the morning and come to the work or their job and show up at all, okay? What was that thing? Was it like silent quitting or something? There was something that was trending like a year ago about people just quitting their jobs and being like, I'm out, guys. Manifestors will feel incredibly angry when they're not given the opportunity to lead people, when somebody's standing in their way, when they don't have that feeling of having the freedom to really move within a company or within a 9 to 5. The same as manifesting generators. If you're micromanaging a manifesting generator, that is going to be an issue, okay? And so each energy type has their way of operating, and we really have to understand that each and every one of you has a specific way to move also out of this. And so in this video, I'm going to start with breaking down the universal advice that I have when you're pivoting from a 9 to 5 into a new opportunity that feels more aligned, or even, bearing up the courage to start your own business. And so this is the thing that I would recommend. First, the bestest, I think, is building a fuck you fund. What is a fuck you fund, you ask me? It's enough money to say F you. This is so teenager of me, really. Oh my God, I used to love giving the finger. And now my daughter's 6 and she's doing it all the time because she feels it's cool. So yeah. Saying F you to everybody and being like, I've got enough money saved up in my bank that I don't have to do this shitty job, that I don't have to tolerate you talking to me like that, and having these horrendous work hours that are absolutely like just tearing on my soul, okay? So building an FU fund could look like you saving up so that you have 6 months of a cushion, of a financial cushion, where you feel as if you are actually having the same salary you used to have. Right? So you have like 6 months of like what your usual salary is, or maybe it's a little bit less, but it's definitely a salary to yourself, like a saving account where you feel comfortable that you can take a minimum of 6 months of your job so that you can focus on aligning energetically, finding your passion, tapping into your gifts, and starting to build something that can actually bring you revenue, or pivoting into a place that can actually give you what your soul is asking you to get, okay? If you don't have an FU fund, or if you don't want to have that option of like, oh, this is 6 months in advance, it feels so long, I want to get out now. The other option that I would recommend is that you go and work for somebody who is very similar and has a career or has a position that you want to have. And this might look like interning, this might look like freelancing, this might look like whatever it can look like, but it's an opportunity for you to be close to the person and to the kind of like lifestyle that you maybe dream of. Why is this helpful and why is this important? There is a reason us humans need to see to believe. There is a reason why representation matters, and it is because we need to see to believe. And so when you are cohabiting or co-working and like being really close to a person you admire doing something you want to do, first of all, you're going to figure out, is that actually something I want to do? Because oftentimes we see one part of it, right? As a human design reader, you can see me recording videos on here. You can listen to my podcast. You can watch my Instagram stuff. But what is about all of the other shit that's happening behind the scene? What is about managing the sales team and creating the workshops and doing the this and the that? And, you know, like there's 1,000 things that I'm doing during the day that are not specific with my projector niche, which is doing human design readings, right? I really enjoy all of the business stuff and I'm super excited. And like one of my favorite things in the world is supporting my clients into creating an aligned, new paradigm proof business. But this is not what we're talking about right now. So what happens is that, you know, sometimes we believe we want to have this kind of life or we want to be like that person, but then we actually get to see all of the other stuff that, you know, you need to do to be in that position. And you're like, actually, no, that's not how I want my life to look like. And that is okay. But that will allow you to assess, like if you're close or you're doing the thing you want to do, maybe you take a cut in salary. Maybe you're overqualified and you're like, listen, I know I'm overqualified, but I love what you're doing and I want to do something similar and I would love to support you for this amount of time to be able to learn from you, but also just really be there as, you know, support. So first one, FU fund. Second one, taking an internship or working close to a person or in a corporation or in a business that is what you think you want, right now. And then you can see if it's actually what you want, because that will help you then move on. And what will happen is that you will also be able to be like, oh, actually, this person is totally human. If this person was able to build this business, why should I not be able to build this business? So it helps your subconscious also start to create the narrative that it's possible for you to be an entrepreneur, that it's possible for you to have a certain position. You know, that the doors of your capacity for beliefs are opening, you're changing, you're reframing, you're reprogramming your mind by having real life examples of the things that you want. And then you will also experience what you don't want. If right now you're in a situation where it's unbearable where you are right now, and I truly feel you, there's nothing, I honestly really feel that there's very few things that are as painful as knowing in your heart and soul that you're meant for greater things and that your gifts and your talents aren't seen or aren't utilized in the most efficient way to create light in the world. I really do believe that if you're watching this, you're somebody who has a strong longing in your soul, knowing that you have been destined for greater things. We have all been destined for the greatest of all things. So passionate that my earrings fall out, ladies and gentlemen. So if right now you're in a position where this isn't working and you can't have an FU fund because it's a 6-month plan, or maybe it means you have to still work for a year for then to afford a 6-month vacation or a 6-month break or whatever, and you don't feel that you could have less salary or you can like save upon something while you're working for somebody else, then I want you to do this little thing. And this little thing is setting an intention. And I am promising you, ladies and gentlemen, setting an intention can have mind-blowing effects. So I want you to wake up in the morning and I want you to send the intention of being like, universe, listen to me. You and I both know that this situation, this position I am right now is not the place where my gifts and my talents are juiced to its max. I want to have a job, a work, an opportunity, a service to be able to use my whole heart and soul to support the world, to make the world a better place. And this place where I am right now does not help me do that. And right now, dear universe, I need to be in this place, or I am in this place because I need the safety. I need that financial stability. I need to have that economic balance in my life. Like, I need safety. Please show me a way to gain that safety, to maintain that safety, to have and make money in abundance, while I'm also able to tap into my authentic gifts and talents. And I'm promising you, there will be shifts. What you can do is try to force the universe to do the shifts that you want to happen, okay? This is not how the world works. You are not telling the universe how you want things to unravel. And I'm going to share a little story. I'm going to share 2 stories. I'm going to share my personal story. I was in a point in my business a year and a half ago where I finally was making a real bunch of money that I was not accustomed making. I think it was like 30K within a week. And I was like, damn, okay, that's cool. I want that. But the strategies that I applied and the influences I got and the recommendations I've got from like these people in the marketing industry, like I should do this and I should do that and whatever, that allowed me to make that money did not feel 200% aligned. They might feel 99% aligned, but the way that I want my business to feel and I want my life to feel, the way that I want to go to sleep and wake up in the morning and look myself in the eyes is that I am with 1,000% confident that I'm moving out of my personal, that I'm moving within my personal integrity, that I'm doing the things that I believe in the way that my soul desires to be, and that I am safe following my heart. And I knew that that way of doing things got me the financial stability, got me the abundance, got me the recognition that me as a projector was craving, but I also knew that that was not 200% aligned. And so I set the intention. And I was like, universe, I love the result. I love the money. I love the security, the recognition, the ease. This is incredible. This is what I want. But please show me the way to find a path for it to feel 200% aligned for me. And I kid you not, this was one of my biggest investments in my business 1.5 years ago, maybe even until today. I spent 10,000 euros on the forming, education, whatever, on creating the structure that allowed me to make that amount of money. I invested in an education for a person that like became part of my team, whatever. Within 3 days of me putting that intention, the person is like, oh, I'm not feeling this, I'm going to quit. And I was like, what? I was like, no, universe, I'm not ready for this. Like, I felt the rug pulled under me. I was like scattered. I'm like, oh my God, I put all of this money in this thing. Now it's like disappearing. Everything's falling. How am I going to make that money? How am I going to move forward? What does this mean? What does it say about me? Like so many things. And you know, the beauty of it is that now I've actually found a way to make it feel 2,000% aligned and everybody's excited, and that person is still working for me because she just needed to shift some things around. But that was incredible. This has been such a life lesson for me. It has also taught me to like remove the stigma of what, you know, failures or things falling apart says about me, because often we attribute it to our own lack of whatever as a person, but actually it's the universe just magically aligning things with you, and sometimes you're not ready. So be careful. What I'm trying to say is, ladies and gentlemen, be careful about the intentions you're setting, because they might not always go how you think they will go. And sometimes things have to fall and break away for new things to emerge, okay? But if none of those two things are working for you, set an intention. And even if it gets scary and you feel like the rug has been pulled under your feet, trust that the universe is working for you to thrive, okay? And now I'm going to move into talk about how the 5 energy types can use a strategy to either apply to a new job and a new job opportunity, or how they're meant to move forward so they can actually start creating their own business. Let's get into it. Let's start with you as a manifestor. So here's the thing. As a manifestor, you just have to wait for the creative urge. For that, you need a rest so that you can actually get in touch with the divinity speaking through you. But even no matter if you're trying to look for a different position in your, corporation or in the job you're at that, supports your leadership qualities, or you're trying to pivot completely and want to start your own business, the thing and the key to that, opening the door for your freedom and your personal alignment is always going to be informing. You have to let people know. Either you go to your boss and you tell them you want a different position at work, or you want to be in a position of more leadership, or you actually start your own business and you tell people what you want to talk about that pertains to the vision that you have for how you want to contribute to the world as a manifestor. So for you, the key is going to be informing. Use your voice, tell people. It's going to be very hard for you as a manifestor to be put in a higher position if you don't tell people you want to be put in a higher position or that you want to change jobs. Like, people won't come to you as often to suggest things as much as you're here to really take ownership of your desires and go after what you want. The projector. The projector is a whole another story. The projector is going to have a way more unconventional time of applying for a job, being seen for a job, going through an application process is a whole nother thing. And this is really where, waiting for the invitation and feeling seen and recognized is going to be so essential for the success of that. Maybe you're in a work 9-to-5 situation right now where the invitation has expired, where the recognition has been retrieved, where you do not feel seen and recognized for all the things that you have to give. And so you might be burned out because you're trying to compete with generators, manifesting generators, or you're in a position where you're not guiding other people, but you're actually trying to do things as if you were a sacral being. And so it makes complete sense that you might feel burned out and not recognized. And that is a real, I feel, as a projector, I feel you so much on this one, because not being recognized as a projector is actually it just hurts our soul, okay? And so this is just what I want you to think about. If you're trying to find a new position in your job, I think that as a projector, it will be more difficult unless somebody's inviting you. If somebody's inviting you, it means somebody in a different position has seen you and recognized you. It is like, hey, move up here or move right or whatever it is, right? But if you're feeling that there's a general energy in your company where you don't feel recognized for your gifts and people are dismissive, then I would suggest you look for a different place to work at. How can you do job applications? My way of looking at it is you can't, okay? You can't apply for a job, you can. And the only way it will work is if on the other side of reading your application, you have a projector. Unless you have a projector reading your applications will not be seen. They will fall through. Nobody will pick up your phone. It's a weird energetic thing. You won't be able to pass and get through people because you're a projector and you have to wait for the invitation. So you will have to push 300 times harder. And when you push, you're unaligned. So the job opportunities that come from you pushing are not the right ones. And you will end up exactly where you are right now, which is unrecognized and not being compensated enough. And so the way that I would recommend that you go about shifting from, a soul-sucking 9-to-5 to a 9-to-5 where you feel recognized is by showing up. You have to show yourself. You can be on Fiverr or Upwork or these platforms where you can show what you are able to do and talk about the things that you've done. This is incredibly imperative for you as a projector. If you're looking to pivot and you actually want to start your own business and break free from the shackles of the 9-to-5, or you're looking for, creative different businesses where you're allowed to have more freedom or actually be and put yourself in a position where you are able to just be the guide and orchestrate things instead of being hustle and bustle of the company that you're just not meant to do, then I would recommend again that if you start your own company, I would recommend that you show up on social media. Nothing helps the projector as much as showing up on social media, because you can share your wisdom, and then when people follow, when people comment, when people DM you, that is them inviting you, and that allows you to be seen, that allows you to be recognized, and you can slowly build trust with your audience, and you can slowly create these invitations with the people around you. And this is a very, it can be a very rapid process. If you're great at communicating what you see, this is going to happen really, really quick. And so when you're in that waiting period of waiting to hear back from somebody because you didn't listen to my advice and you did send the CV, waiting from uploading your capacities, your talents, your gifts, your way of seeing the world on Upwork and Fiverr, and you're waiting to receive a job interview or receive a job opportunity, or even when you are in the process of starting your own job or your own career or your own business, I want you to use all that time where you're waiting, double down on your learning. That specific thing that you want to get an upgrade with, that you want to get paid more money for, the thing that you're seeing, the thing that you're knowing, the thing you want to start your company for with about, double down and learn on that. Really get into the book, start investing your time and energy into figuring out more and more information about that so that you can start utilizing that time to build your confidence. As projectors, when we learn, our aura increases and our self-worth and our self-value increases, and that creates magnetism so that we can be randomly at a, grocery shop and somebody will be like, oh, what do you do? And you're like, oh, I do that. And they're like, really? That's exactly the position I was looking for. And you're like, oh, really? I'm looking for a job. Boom, shagalaga, we've got it. Okay, let's get into the next energy type, the manifesting generator. If you're trying to pivot in your company as a manifesting generator, I will suggest that you actually initiate that you communicate that. You will need freedom, you need independence. And if you're in a place where you're feeling that people are micromanaging you, that people are trying to keep you small, you will get so effing frustrated that you will no longer be able to tolerate that space. It is that the manifesting generators just have to do one thing in their day to be absolutely frustrated and pissed off and be like, I'm done, okay? So take that into account. Also, always offer up your curiosity in your company, because maybe it is not even that you need to shift completely into a new, different space in your 9 to 5. Maybe it's that you just need to try more things. Maybe you need to wear more hats in your company. Maybe you need to be put in different spaces. You need to be the one traveling, the one, whatever it is. Like, you just need the variety. Maybe expressing that is going to be important. The thing that I want to mention is that you cannot ask for anything before you're not satisfied. So if you're feeling drained, if you're feeling burned out, it won't be the most inspiring way or not the most inspiring base to confront your boss or ask for something. You need to be lit up. You need to be excited. Why? Because that sequel is going to be electrified and dominating and will impact the people in your life. And when you're excited about what you want, everybody's excited about what you want. And they'll be like, hell yes, I believe in you. Hell yes, let's do what you want to do. Hell yes. Whatever it is that you're presenting them, okay? So if you're moving from a state of burnoutness, I want you to really use your spare time and create hobbies and connect to things that fill you up energetically. Go to the gym, wear cute outfits, do pottery, watercolor classes, I don't know. But do things that light you up. And when you feel that you're back in your energetic glory, that's when you can ask for a change in your job or a different, organization of the way that you are handling your job. And if you're a manifesting generator who wants to pivot and wants to create their own business, embrace your curiosity. Embrace that you're a multifaceted human being. Don't try to niche down. Don't try to make your business the way that people have told you business has to look like. Allow yourself to be open and allow yourself to be the person that inspires others, not to be able to fit into a box. Really connect to the essence of who you are, because that is the only way you will create a sustainable business. And you can really, the first thing is being excited about what you do. Don't use your mind in a sense of I'm gonna try to do this business because the KPI numbers in the Google Sheets told me that this is profitable, okay? If you want a new paradigm-proof business, no matter the energy type, you gotta follow and you gotta listen to what your core is telling you. In your case, it's gonna be the sequel. And you gotta be excited and joyful and driven about the thing that you wanna create in the world. And that will be contagious and that will generate energy and people will feel called towards it, okay? That is the way to go as a manifesting generator if you wanna create your own business. First and foremost, be excited about it and then tell every single person and get every single person that you feel, enthralled or inspired by to come and join you, support you, or contribute to the thing that you're creating. For generators within a 9 to 5 situation, if you want to pivot or if you want to change, again, you have to come from a place where you are not burned out. If you're moving from burned outness, it's going to be very hard for you to inspire people to be on your side. You want to nurture the parts of yourself outside of your work so that you are filled up, so that your gas tank is up and running, so that you can be listen, this work that I'm doing is draining me. It's not inspiring me. It's not my thing. I don't want to continue doing it. You know that I'm going to work my ass off and help you figure out everything that I can help you figure out, but you got to give me the tasks that excite me. This is the generator mood with a 9 to 5 corporate setting, okay? If you as a generator want to step out and you want to create your own business, it's the same vibe, okay? You got to be excited. You're going to be so effing excited every day about what you get to do. And it's important that no matter what people tell you, if you hire a business coach, if your husband or your partner or your wife is telling you whatever, listen to your sequel. You are never going to find success if you are removed from the thing that you love doing. Okay? You need to continue to do the thing that you're excited about. And this often means working with your hands. This often means being in the scene. This doesn't mean you're chilling at home and watching things happen, because you love to figure shit out. And you love to invest your time and energy into building, creating, uplifting, making. That is your life force. That is your energy. That is what you're passionate about. That's what you're great at. That's how you inspire others. So if you're moving and shifting into creating your own business, make sure that your soul is burning for the thing that you're doing. You can't rationalize your way through an aligned business. Your passion has to be all encompassing, and it has to be this one thing that you're committing yourself to gaining mastery, that you know it serves you to go through whatever anybody has to go through when they're creating their own business, to stay, loyal to that thing that you're passionate about. And when you have that thing and you start chipping away on it, there is inevitably success waiting for you, okay? Reflectors, my dear, dear 1% of society. You just gotta wait it out. And this is for if you are in a soul-sucking 9 to 5 and you want it to stop sucking your soul. As a reflector, wait it out. Feel it out. Give yourself that lunar cycle. Give yourself 28 days to really feel out what it is that's actually bothering you. What is a different possibility of things that you could be doing? Is your wisdom not recognized? Don't you feel that people are being able to, ask you for advice? Because you are the wisest of all energy types. And when you're moving in an aligned way, and if you are in the great environment, and this is going to be so important, you know if you're in the right job or not, depending on how comfortable you feel in your environment. If you're in an environment where things don't feel good, you're going to get sick, and eventually you will burn out and you won't be able to come to the office anymore. Or you won't be able to just be around the people anymore. Make sure that the environment you're in is really an environment that you enjoy. If you enjoy the environment, give yourself time to figure things out, okay? And once you have things figured out, then you can go and talk to people. Then you can go and, open up a conversation. And really do this by tapping into your empathy for the person that you have in front of you. And it's the same if you're moving into being your own boss. Allow yourself to have the time to figure out what it is you want to do, what it is you want to say, how you want to show up, and give yourself the freedom, again, not to niche yourself down. You do not have to listen to the conventional advice, because you're absolutely unconventional, and the way that you move through life is so full of freedom, it's so full of venture, it's so full of surprises, that it will be a disservice to your own human life experience to create a business that is narrowed and closed down and doesn't allow you and give you the freedom to explore all of the aspects of the richness of your soul that has come to express itself in this lifetime. I hope you got some value out of this video, and if you have more questions about quitting your job, starting your own business, whatever it is that you want to know, let me know in the comments below, because this inspires me to create even better content for you that hopefully will support you in living a beautiful, alive, and aligned, exciting life. As always, like this video, subscribe to my channel. Growing this channel means so much to me and allows me to spread the human design information. And if you found this content valuable, please share with anybody in your life that could use this information. Tag me in your stories or wherever else you're using this information to share it. It means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, I don't care what anybody says. I love you.